Hi everyone. Today, we're tackling a very common and frustrating error in PHP's LDAP integration. Error 1, can't contact LDAP server when using LDAP bind. This message means your PHP script simply cannot establish a connection to your LDAP directory. It's like trying to call someone, but their phone isn't ringing or the line is dead. We'll break down the usual suspects behind this error and then walk through practical troubleshooting steps to get your LDAP connections working smoothly. First, let's understand why this happens. One common reason is incorrect server details. You might have the wrong hostname, an incorrect IP address, or the wrong port number. LDAP typically uses port 389 for unencrypted connections and 636 for secure LDAPS connections. If these are wrong, your script won't know where to look. Another major culprit is firewalls. Both the firewall on your PHP server, potentially blocking outgoing connections, and the firewall on the LDAP server, potentially blocking incoming connections, can prevent communication. Network connectivity issues are also frequent. This could be anything from a simple cable problem, a router misconfiguration, or even DNS resolution failures preventing your PHP server from finding the LDAP server by its hostname. Sometimes, the LDAP service itself isn't running on the server. If the LDAP server software has crashed or hasn't been started, there's nothing to connect to. Finally, if you're using secure LDAPS, port 636, SSL/TLS certificate issues can cause connection failures. Invalid certificates, expired certificates, or a lack of trust in the certificate authority can all lead to this error. PHP's LDAP extension needs to trust the server's certificate for secure connections. Now, let's move on to fixing it. Our troubleshooting process starts with verifying your server details. Double-check the hostname or IP address you're passing to LDAP_connect. Make absolutely certain the port number is correct for your setup, 389 for plain LDAP, 636 for LDAPS. Even a single typo will cause this error. Next, rigorously test network connectivity. From your PHP server, open a terminal and try to ping the LDAP server's IP address or hostname. If ping fails, you have a fundamental network problem to solve first. More importantly, try to telnet or use netcat to the LDAP server's IP and port. For example, telnet your .ldap.server 389. If this command fails or hangs, it's almost certainly a network path or firewall issue, not a PHP problem. This is a critical diagnostic step. Following network checks, investigate firewalls. On your PHP server, ensure its local firewall, like on Linux or Windows Firewall, allows outbound connections on port 389 or 636. Then, on the LDAP server, confirm its firewall permits inbound connections on the same port from your PHP server's IP address. Misconfigured firewall rules are incredibly common. After firewall checks, confirm the LDAP service is running on the LDAP server itself. Log into the LDAP server and verify the LDAP daemon or service is active and listening for connections. If it's stopped, start it. If you are using LDAPS, delve into SSL/TLS debugging. Ensure your LDAP server's SSL certificate is valid and not expired. Confirm that your PHP environment is configured to trust the certificate authority, CA, that signed your LDAP server's certificate. This often involves setting LDAPTLS_cassert in your environment or PHP's LDAP.conf file. Finally, ensure the PHP LDAP extension is actually enabled. You can check this by running phpm grep LDAP from your terminal. If it's not listed, you'll need to enable it in your php.ini file and restart your web server, like Apache or Nginx, and phpfpm if you're using it. Once all these checks are done, try a very simple LDAP_connect and LDAP_bind in your PHP script using hard-coded server details to isolate the problem. Remember, methodical debugging will save you hours. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with us through this troubleshooting guide. I hope these tips help you resolve that frustrating error 1, can't contact LDAP server message. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below with your own experiences or questions, and don't forget to subscribe for more useful tech tutorials. Your support helps us create more content like this.